It's true. It's true. That's his guitar strap. I think they'll come in. No? Want me to tell everyone?
Good job, guys. I'll just play music for 5 minutes. The other ones got blown during the holidays. This is the outdoor rig, you know. See? Michael, can you hear me? Can you turn the master down 5 decibels or so? How's that sound? How's that volume sound to everyone now? Can you hear okay?
Yeah.
Too loud? No? Sile malo esaina eleari meayon yavo ezri. You can keep talking, we're just warming up. Ezri mehim Hashem ufse shamayim Varetz alitin lamod raglecha al yanun somrecha hinne lo yanum velo ishan shomer Yisrael Hashem yishmocha Mikora Kole nafshecha Hashem yishmor tzercha uvoecha Me'ata Yad olam. Good Shabbos. Me'ata Avarachama Meshoch Ovdecha Eretzonecha Yarut Ovdecha Kemo Aya Yishtachave Emul Hadarecha Ki rav lo yedirutecha menofetzu vechotam yididaidadadai 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 yadadaidadai yididaidadai yididaidadai Yay day 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 yiddy day 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 yay day 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 yiddy day 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 yiddy day 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 yiddy day 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 day.
Shabbat Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Soul changer, you bring on the evening. You change the light around us. You change the light within us. We hear you whisper gently. This is the sacred time. This is the soul change time. This is Shabbat, my gift to you. If you would take a moment and introduce yourselves and say Shabbat Shalom to those sitting around you. And if you're on the stream, you can introduce yourself on the stream.
Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch ovdecha eretzonecha yarut ovdecha כמו היה ישתחווה אל מולדתך כי רב לו ידידותיך מנוף עצוב וכל טעם Good Shabbos, everyone. Okay, Violet, are you going to bring up your Paw? Is that what we're calling him? Paw. But she told me his real name is just Paw. So, a year from October 7th, which was Simchas Torah. A year of loss and grief, but also a year of joy. I wanted to share a spiritual practice as we light these Shabbos candles that we've taken in our home. I don't know about other folks. We are sitting on edge about this next election. Hey, I think it's all folks, right? When the Shabbos candles start, I stop looking at the news. I stop looking at the polls. I even stop making calls, knocking on doors. For 25 hours, I've tried to pause. I don't go to natesilver.net.
I don't ever.
But I don't know, I just wanted to share that. If others wanted to take this practice, because I think this is what Shabbos is there for. Shabbos is there so that we can let go of the world for just a day, so that we can let go of control, we can let go of thinking that it is on us, so that we can Shabbat vayinafash, so that we can be renewed, because God knows the work will be waiting for us tomorrow night. So invite everyone to take in some of this light. Some of the light from these candles, some of the light from Violet and Paw, or Paw. As we say the blessing, as we bring in Shabbos, as we bring in a different world. Page 5.
Asher gidjon the mitzvot
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 6.
Boachem leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
If there is one prayer, one piece in this Siddur that makes me think of Shabbat, it's Lecha Dodi. It sort of really, I think, encapsulates Shabbat, this warm-up, but it also lets us know another week has passed. So think back to last Shabbat. Take a moment, think back to where you were. You may have been here or somewhere else. It's harder to do than you might think. Think through your week. Take a moment about Sunday. What'd you do on Sunday? What are the things you have to let go of this week to move into Shabbat?
Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat neka habela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmianu elam yuchad Adonai echad Ushemo echad, Shemo tiferet, Velitchila, Olecha dodi, Likras kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Olecha Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat neka habela. Top of page 9. לקראת שבת, לכו ונכה, כי היא מקום הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, והולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה, הולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי, שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, הולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה, הולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה. We face towards the entrance. We imagine Shabbos coming in like a bride, like a wedding, like a moment when the whole world can change. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, והולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה, הולך דודי לקראת סקלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בני שבת
I know you're going to want to sit down, but don't sit down yet. We are at the Baruch Hu on page 11. This is our call to prayer, our call to community, our acknowledgement that we need each other.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yididai, 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 back away for a moment. Before we say Shema, before we hold oneness, first we let go of our importance. We just finished Sukkot, where we read traditionally the book of Kohelet, the book of Ecclesiastes. Who's read Kohelet here? Anyone? It's my favorite book of the Tanakh. Existentialist literature. 2,500-year-old Jewish thinking that says maybe there's nothing that happens when we die. Maybe even our memory is gone in just a few generations. So what does that mean? How are we supposed to live our lives? This is Mariv Aravim. Letting go. All the things that feel so important. Not that they're not important, but from a cosmic perspective, from a divine perspective, they become so small. Page 12. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher bidvaro mariv haravim Chochma poteach sharim uvidfuna meshane itim umachalif et hazmanim umsader et hakochavim v'mishmeroteham berakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golei or mibnei choshech v'choshech mibnei or umavir yom umevi layla umavdil ben yom uven layla Adonai tzivaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch alenu leolam va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Aravim Yidai 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 We hold this smallness. We also hold Ahavat Olam, this idea of being loved, this idea of being seen, this idea of what we bring to this world. The Kabbalists look at this word Ahava, this word love, and they spell it just a little differently. They say what it really means is I will bring. What I will bring to this world. We hold our smallness, and we hold the idea that the whole world needs us, needs our neshama to exist all at once. Cover our eyes as we say words of Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad 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 Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Page 16. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם בארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
We are on page 18 with the Micha Mocha. This is called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
Our liberation song. Yiddy dum yiddy ay ay oh yiddy day day do. Yiddy dum yiddy ay ay oh yiddy day day do. Yiddy dum yiddy ay ay oh yiddy day 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 yiddy day day do yiddy day day do. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nera bakodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, yadai dai dai yadai, yom tidi dai dai dai, oh 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 oh, yom tidi dai dai dai, yidi dum yidi ay ay oh. Yay da 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 do, yay dum yay ay yo, yay da 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 do. Malechutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze Eli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed yada da da. Adonai et Yaakov uga'alo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai ga'al Yisrael. Yisrael, yada-da-da, yada. Yum tiddy-day-day-day, oh, 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 oh. Yum tiddy-day-day-day, yiddy-dum, yiddy-ay-ay-yo. Yay-day-day-day-day-do, yiddy-dum, yiddy-ay-ay-yo. Yay-day-day-day-day-do, yiddy-dum, yiddy-ay-ay-yo. Yay-day-day-day-do, yiddy-dum, yiddy-ay-yo-yo. Yay-day-day-day-yo.
They are. Share a poem while you're doing that. So I know Sukkot ended this past Wednesday night, but we leave it up for a few extra days through Simchas Torah. Tomorrow we'll have our service where we dance through the sukkah and through the front door. But I came across this poem. It's called Bible Students in the Sukkah. And I wanted to share it with you, especially with Hashkivenu, because Hashkivenu has the line, the words in it, Sukkot Shlomecha, our shelter of peace. And we often think of the sukkah as that. And then we have this reminder of it in our prayer, Hashkivenu, every evening, every Friday night. So this is called Bible Students in the Sukkah. What does it matter that we are forever looking things up and forgetting them? Our minds are like the sukkah, crowned with evergreen, open to the stars and winds, hung with our best fruits and reconstructed each year. The pine boughs shake down sun, the leaves of our books cast up light, and all our ancestors cluster around us, saying, "This is who we were, and this is what we did, and this is what it meant." So it must have been in Pumbedita or in ample Babylon, where our Talmudic fathers from every jot and tittle extracted meanings, and over golden dates and wine discoursed on the family tree, and one always had a story, and one always said, "Be serious." Page 20.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Shalom. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukkah, Sukkot Shlomecha, ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, and cover over us tonight with a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace for you, for those you love, a Sukkot Shalom over all creation, over all creation, over all creation. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Hamidenu Shomrenu Lechaim. You're totally right, kiddo. And just like Rabbi Violet says, this whole section of the Shema and its blessings is over. So we know that we're leaving the Shema and its blessings, as Violet will tell us, with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 22. Invite everyone to rise as you're able. We'll say the Chatzi Kaddish and enter into the Amidah, which begins on the next page. We'll say the Amidah quietly, each of us on our own, in our own way, with the words of the page or the words of our hearts. Amidah goes through page 32, and whenever you are done with your own prayers after Chatzi Kaddish, you may be seated. Page 22. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shamei rabba, be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayedecho beit Yisrael bagala bagala uvizman kariv v'imeru amen yehesh merabba mevorach le'alam olam me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei d'kudashah b'richu, leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, tamiran be'alma, v'imeru amen. Sifata tiftach ufia giteilatecha Adonai sifata tiftach ufia giteilatecha Adonai sifata tiftach ufia giteilatecha Adonai sifatai tiftach ufia Take a moment for Misha Berach Lecholim, for a prayer for healing. As we make our way out of the Amidah, out of the work of prayer, with our hearts opened, with what we hope, the Sharei Tefillah, the gates of prayer open. Somehow the world is just a little more receptive to change. Somehow we are a little more receptive to change. If you're thinking of someone in need of healing right now.
Merle Freed. She's in the hospital.
Oh, what's going on with Merle?
She was getting ready to have a colonoscopy and had some kind of scary reaction.
Oy.
She's okay, we think, but send her a lot of prayers.
Oy, for Merle, thanks, Leslie.
Thank you.
Other folks we're thinking of? For Kalanit, for the wonderful Kalanit. Yeah. Thank you. Autumn? Thinking of you, Autumn. Yeah. Your Uncle Damien. Michael, do we have names from the stream?
Yes, we're praying for Andy and Jamie, and Mona, Michael, Lynn, and Chris G, and for my grandmother, Susan Koppelman.
Thinking of all of them. I'll be thinking of your dad,
And Leslie, she always
thinking of Leslie, thinking of my parents. Page 34.
Page 34.
Mishe berach avotenu mikol habrecha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
As a congregation, we are sending healing blessings to Gloria Lash, Amy Lampert, Bezalel Cohen Afori, Maya Purnell, Susan Spiegel, Daniel Tzvi Ben Fega Toiba, Sammy Shas, Alan Nissenboim, Patricia Nelson, Curtis Behrens, Hank Weber, Adam Young, Anna Navarro, Will Mason, Yitzhak Ben Mordechai Lev, Travis Brown, Ricky Reeves, Bracha Zelda Bat Rachel Golda, Carol Dill, Avigdor Hannah Bat Bela, Isai Kalanid, Maggie Bradford, Jordan Cronemer, Drew Patchen, Robert Shepard, and Meredith Berkowitz.
Mishe berach imotenu mikol habrecha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We say Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim. Blessed is the source of goodness, which calls us to the sacred work of healing. We say, Amen. So tomorrow we will have Simchas Torah here, following the 100-year-old custom or so of doing Simchas Torah on the Shabbos closest to Simchas Torah. But what it means is that tomorrow we're going to read the very end of the Torah and the very beginning of the Torah, but we do it so fast. And there's such celebration, and it's a blast if you've never been. We have a whole klezmer band, and we unroll the whole Torah all the way from the Ark down to that red wall back there. And actually, evidently, the building itself was architecturally designed to be exactly that length around the Torah. But I thought we'd just take a couple minutes to talk about the way that the Torah ends. It's radical, and it's powerful, and we miss it so often. It's also one of these sections of Tanakh, of the Hebrew Bible, that has been rewritten over and over and over again in our culture. We have this moment where Moshe Rabbeinu, who is Kinahora, we're told 120 years old, goes up the mountain. He's been asking to see the Promised Land, to enter the Promised Land. We've been traveling for 40 years, and we are just ready to go in, and Moses has been told he cannot enter. And so he asks, if I can't enter, can I go up and can I see it? Can I see where you're going when I am gone? And so he's taken up to Mount Nebo, and it's one of the most anthropomorphic gods that we have in the Torah, images of the divine that we have in the Torah. We're told that God's self buries Moses. I mean, it's so physical, this image at the end. But he looks out, and the Midrash imagines all sorts of versions of this moment. There's some Midrashim which imagine him pleading and begging, and it becomes, you feel terrible for Moses. You feel pity for Moses as he begs to please enter the land. But my favorite is a Midrashic tradition that says, not that Moses wanted to enter, but that Moses, after 120 years, was ready. That this was a kindness. That this was a moment of beauty where he got to look out and see that there would be a future after him. But this is also one of these stories that was rewritten by Dr. King. The night before he was murdered, Dr. King was giving a speech in Memphis. Not a speech on civil rights, but a speech on worker rights, understanding that all of these intersections came together to a striking janitorial union down in Memphis. And he knew, he'd been getting threats. He knew something, sometime. And so he stood up. He stood up and he said, I have been to the mountaintop. I haven't gone in, we haven't gone in, we haven't made it. But I have been to the mountaintop and I have seen that there is a place we can get to. He said that he may not enter, but that he had been there. He had seen the Promised Land, and as long as we kept marching, it would be there waiting for us. This is as Jewish as it gets. We never can get to the Promised Land. It's not a place we can ever arrive at. It is always a place in the distance. It is always ahead of us, and it is always changing. There's a reason we read the 5 books of Moses, and just as we are about to enter into the land, and there's all these books that say what happens afterwards. Just as we are about to enter the land, we will start the story all over again. It's this reminder that like an asymptote, like that curve that keeps getting closer and closer to one but never quite touches it, that this is what it means to have the Promised Land in front of us. Never believing that we can enter it, and never believing that we can't. I invite folks to rise as you are able, as we begin to end services. Page 38, Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hako, latekiru la liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת יום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated.
At the very end of our service, we take a few moments to remember those who are no longer with us. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways to remember. Anyone observing Kaddish or Yahrzeit or period of mourning? Thank you for rising. Mary Lou.
Mary Lou.
Thank you.
Thanks, Papa. For Stuart. For Stuart of a blessed memory. Oh my God. Sorry, Adam. Sorry, Adam. A blessed memory. Leslie?
Mary Lou.
Mary Lou. Michael, do we have names from the stream?
Yes, we're remembering Beryl, Ruby, Susie Green, and Yaakov Ben Natanel.
Remember those Yahrzeits we have this week for Gregorio Vanberg and Julie Solomon, for Kathy Lee James and Maurice Dubin, for Joseph Sherman and Lillian Lewis, for Mary Fagerstrom and Richard Dwyer, for Simon Sohn and Sylvia Klein, for Alberta Slavin, the Ralph Nader of Missouri, but not in the election part. Barry Kidder and Don Lipton, for Laverne Emanuel and Leonora Kogan, for Myron Waldman and Alexandra Bank Greenberg, for Jean Rubin and Harry Sarbach, for Honora Rubenstein and Jenny Hirsch Kaufman, for Leon Trivers and Lois Chait for Richard Stein and Dan Green, for Joel Leon, Mary Horowitz, and Mary Scott Langston, for Nancy Bennis and Patrice DePrez, for Emma Suconi and Max Solomon, for Sophia Ellis and Sylvia Ehrlich, for Beryl Herman, and for Betty Freed, Ellen's mom, for Ellen Bernstein and Fred Hertz, Josh's grandpa, for Jeffrey Watson and Lenora Bradley and Lois Bigelow.
And for those that we have lost in the past year, although the first one is from this week, Jill Petzall. We are also remembering Carl Smith and Bette Miller, Morris Tamsky and Marilyn Schreier, Ron Kramer and Dr. Eduardo Slatopolsky, Gary Sewell and Ann Lee Frank, Rhonda Banford and Ralph Wafer, Marilyn Fox and Eileen Ehrlich, Rick Isserman and Myra Levine, Gina Rotman and Cheryl Fox, Miriam Weintraub and Barry Friedman and Jeff Joppa.
For those who know him, we lost CRC member Joseph Simpson today too. Have a blessed memory. His funeral will probably be next Sunday, but watch for an email. Ask everyone to rise as you are able, page 41. Yitkedav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Tivrach Chirute, V'yamlich Malchute, V'chayechon Uvyamechon, Uvchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala Uvizman Kariv V'yimru. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Lamei Almaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yitalal, Shmei Tekudasha Barichu, Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbechata V'nechamata, Damiran Be'alma V'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. V'sei Shalom B'mromav, V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru.
Amen.
Adon Olam Hashem Allah B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra
You may be seated.
V'yed Nasa
43.
B'cherzo Kol Hazar Melech Shemo Nikra V'yacharei Kichlor HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Vehu Aya Vehu Ove Vehu Yeh B'tifara Vehu echad v'yin sheni le'am shilo le'achbira beli reshi beli tachlit v'lo ha'oz v'hamizrah Vehu eli v'chai go'ali v'tzochev li be'etzara Vehu nisi umanos li menat kosi beyom ekra beyom ekra ay 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 לבדו, הפקיר רוחי, ואת אישן ויעירה, ועם רוחי קביעתי, אדוני לי, ולא אירא.
Just a couple announcements before we do motzi and you want to hand out the grape juice? I will do the ones that are coming up. Tomorrow is Simchat Torah. It's really fun. You should totally come. We will unroll the whole Torah. That red wall back there, they literally measured from here to that wall so we can unroll the whole Torah.
I'll tell that story.
Oh, sorry. Well, now you got to hear it twice.
Now we know he wasn't lying.
Yeah, I know, right? Room at the Inn is looking for some volunteers on Saturday, October 26th. If you are available, just let me know.
This is where we help to house unhoused folks and staff overnight in various faith locations,
is
churches,
cooking food.
synagogues.
I think this
Oh,
has
this
to
is
do
a food cooking, excuse me, but same idea.
There is a mitzvah farm workday on Sunday, I think, to close the garden at 3:30 to 5:30. On Tuesday, October 29th, at the High Point Theater, there's a viewing of the short film Red, White, and Blue, and this is about Amendment 3 that's going to be on the ballot, so this is a program for that. And then the last one is on November 2nd, there's a new and prospective member brunch, so if you want to join or if you know somebody that you think should join CRC, they can come to services or they don't have to. We'll have the brunch after services around 11:45, and they can hear about CRC and get to know some
For
of
what
the
it's worth,
staff.
we heard the food's going to be really good at this one.
That's it.
Any other crowdsourced announcements? Yeah,
I
Avi.
have one.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m., Moishe House, South City. Hi, it's me. Moishe House, South City is doing a Havdalah and movie night. 6 p.m. We're going to watch The Band's Visit out in our sukkah.
Nice.
Watching what? The band?
Yes.
Early voting, early voting.
Thanks, Lisa.
The best way to relieve your anxiety is to go out and vote.
Yes.
Kanahara.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
So let's all rise and we will say Motzi and Kiddush and send each other away with a blessing.
Page 46, and at least for today, we have grape juice up here, so if anyone wants to come grab one, come grab one. Otherwise, there's some outside, too.
We want to do it in here so we have the words to the Kiddush so everybody can follow the words if they want to.
Page 46. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahavav ratzon inchilanu, zicharon lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'chata, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, b'yahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekahadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Okay, someone's got to take a bite of it, though, or it's a blessing in vain. Leslie, come on. It's
Avi's going to take one for the team. Let's put our arms around each other and send each other away with blessings.
This was so nice being with everyone for Friday night, and let your friends know about come and have some snacks with us at 5:45 on Fridays, and join for Shabbos.
Yevarechecha
Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Vote.
Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
And may we definitely vote, but may we also take some of the love that we feel here being together and some of the light from Shabbat and bring it out into our world.
Yis Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And most of all, may we in our lives, in our communities, in this whole world know more peace. You say,
Amen. Shabbat
and
shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Come get grape juice or challah. Avi, that's the reason I don't eat challah. You can't chew it fast enough to eat it. Chew it for like 10 minutes.